It's surreal being back here. I know the challenges of coming from a small town like this. It is tough, and a lot of people do look at you like, oh, well, you know, maybe you can shoot for the middle. You know, I was never really satisfied with that. You know, my memories of North Salinas High School are not embracing of LGBT people. You know, I would hear other students using the word gay as sort of this derogatory adjective, and you're like, oh, that's what people think of gay people. Well, I can't let anyone know that I am. My coping mechanism was to disappear, or to vanish and be quiet. I was incredibly shy, and I think if you asked most students if they knew who I was, I think most people would say, no, I don't remember him.
The point of the Homecoming Project is to get people to go back to their own hometown high school. And after Lance won the Oscar for the script Milk, I sent his publicist a letter. And I think within 2 weeks, we actually had him on the phone on a conference call. And he's like, I'm very excited, I want to go back. So we contacted the school and we flew out to North Salinas, California.
It's shocking how little's changed. Like, really hasn't changed. I think my locker is this one.
Let's give a big Viking welcome to alumni, Mr. Lance Black.
Hello, Vikings. This is such a special day for me to come back to my school. I grew up in a conservative Mormon family. I knew that I was going to hell. I knew that I was less than, according to my government, according to my church. So at that point, you have two choices, right? You can either shrink and hide. You start to vanish. Or you can do the other option, which is what so many gay and lesbian kids sadly do in this country. You can take your own life. And what I decided to do was to hide and to shrink and to not let anyone know. And I cried myself to sleep on more Sabbath nights than I care to remember. Long story short, my mom said, you know what? Why don't we put you in drama club? Like, I couldn't even talk in front of 3 people. Drama club, that sounded like a nightmare, but yes, she did. I went right over there to that theater, and one of the theater directors told me the story of an out gay man. And at first I was like, an out gay man? You know, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. That's somebody looking for a fight, right? And then he played me a speech that this guy gave.
I know that you cannot live on hope alone, but without it, life is not worth living. And you've got to give them hope. Thank you very much.
I was almost 14 when I first heard that speech, and that was Harvey Milk, my great hero. And the first time I heard that speech is the first time that I really knew that someone loved me from me. 10 years after he'd given his life for my fight, he gave me hope. And you know what? Yeah, you can clap for that. The first step in the strategy of any civil rights movement, which we are all involved in, is to understand that we don't exist in a vacuum, right? Everyone in here, in some way or another, is a minority. I think it's great that we're all minorities. I think it's fantastic. But what's important is that we start to pay attention to any group who is having its civil rights stripped away. You have to fight the status quo. You cannot take no for an answer. Never take no for an answer. And get out there and agitate and make good things happen for yourself.
What's different about the Homecoming Project is we send people back to their hometown high school, and they are present in their high school, and it's an interruption for the school in a really wonderful way. We may have students who may be gay who may be struggling about coming out, and here is this person coming out who's established. They are established in their lives, they're established in their careers, and here they are just sharing their story. Lance actually spent 6 hours at the school. Between, all these different speeches and remarks, he was running around the school and connecting with different teachers. So he was extremely generous with his time and extremely excited to be there.
What would you say that the LGBT community has to do, and the Christians too, to realize that, we're not evil and we're not these horrible, horrible people?
I think that politics above all else, has driven a wedge between LGBT people and the religious community. But we have to have reconciliation movements where we correct that, because there are religious, God-loving, including myself, gay and lesbian people who should have access to their churches and their mosques and their temples. We should be able to go as well, but that's going to take a conversation, and we have to introduce ourselves so they can get to know us. And then literally that prejudice starts to melt away.
A few months ago, I came up to my parents being bisexual, and I come from a similar background that you do. My parents are, my stepfather's highly religious, he's Mormon, and my mother is on the conservative side, and I was very afraid of what they would do. But, I mean, they said that they were tolerant of me, but a few days after that, they were kind of, very distant from me. But I don't hate them for that. Right. Now I know that we can't hate people that don't love us. We have to love them back until they love us back.
Yeah, that's great. You're gonna make me start crying. Yeah, we love you. You did something incredibly brave. Thank you.
I mean, he was me in so many ways. I mean, that was me. I was the Mormon kid, but I wasn't as brave as he was. He was so incredibly brave to stand up in front of his class and to do that and to say that.
Actually sent some chills down my spine because I was shocked at the amount of guts you have to say that in front of the whole school. Yeah. That takes some bravery.
We're teenagers, we need people to be encouraging us because there's so many kids in this world today that feel lost, and they want somebody to be able to tell them it's okay, I'm here for you.
It's seriously, if you guys dedicate yourself to 1 year of a gay-straight alliance and work really hard to make sure you get some straight people and some gay people and some bi people and some trans people, whatever you can get.
This day changed North High. It made the foundation for having a gay-straight alliance. They've wanted it, they've talked about it. This cemented it.
I swear to you, you guys will be saving lives of the new freshmen coming in. You'll be saving their self-esteem, their self-worth, and that's how change happens. And it happens really fast.
We have a lot of kids that need this. A lot of kids need someone focused in on them that says they're good, they're okay, just the way they were made.
I want a hug. If you could change somebody's life and put one impact on somebody today, imagine the next time he comes, be even bigger and even better for change and for hope.
It just it gives me hope that I might be able to do something really big also.
Hi guys.
I didn't want to come here and just be the gay guy. That's one part of me, but I wanted them to know that there's more to me than that. I wanted to come to them with a message that is universal.
You sat there.
I did, I sat right, I did.
When I first heard about doing this homecoming project, I had no idea it would be so revelatory. I had no idea that I would see such great change, and it's been really such an inspiration to me. But to see what's happened here, thanks to the Live Out Loud Homecoming Project, for me is inspiring. It makes me want to keep working and doing, and I know now that we are doing good.